Hi, today I'm with Violante, the founder of Violante Nessi brand. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Let's start by hearing about you and the story behind your brand.
Absolutely. I'm a fashion designer since I remember have always been designing clothes since I was very young, and I actually started with comics, and I was wondering what these characters were wearing and why. So I started focusing on them, and then I could never stop, and I always wanted to do this with my life. So I had to convince everyone in my family that's what I wanted to do. Fashion doesn't run in the blood of my family, so it took me some time to convince them and prove it more than convince it. And then luckily I started studying and working more than everything. And then yes, my journey started very early. And today we're very lucky because I finally got to launch my brand officially, and we have a store in London, and we launch on Net-a-Porter, and we keep the values of the brand very very central in everything we do, and everything is Italian made, and that's something that it was super important for me.
Who is the woman you have in mind when you design a piece?
When I design, I always think of I design for the women that I would like to be, and I'm super lucky because I get to meet incredible women, and that I would genuinely like to be a piece of them, of each one. Like there's not a single client that we have that I'm lucky to know that I'm like, oh, I would love to be like her. And so many I become friend with. And because I also am very curious, I want to know where they go, what do they eat, and like what's their lifestyle. And for me, it's so inspiring. So for me, is this collection are a reflection of the women that I would like to be, and they're inspiring me every day. And it's a women that is in construction of themselves, whether it's like building a family, building her career, building any type of thing. And the word construction is really at the root of my brand, like building something that is meaningful, that gives you a purpose.
Definitely. What was the biggest challenge as being a fashion designer of building a brand in today's fashion industry?
There are so many different challenges, like so many, but I answering like deeply to this question, there have been two mainly. One is team, finding people that really understand your vision and they're willing to sacrifice as well, like not sacrifice but more like commit and see the long-term vision, having really far-sighted people in the team that do not stop in thinking whether this task is like relevant or not, because we're a small team and I want to keep it like that because we need really quality people, and I'm very lucky because I'm finally after so long, like I'm finally doing that. But because we work across different levels of the business, so we deal with like incredible wealthy amazing clients, but then we have to deal with the delivery guys. So, and there's no task that is more or less important than another one. So making understand everyone that is like it's not a some better or worse, or like higher or lower in the team. We respect each other's roles like so much. So yeah, finding the team, absolutely. And also the other one is like keeping integrity and consistency. Not keeping it, just keeping like my vision in my frame, because there's so many brands that are trends that they get so much hype. So for me, it's like to not to stick, because I'm really good at sticking and I'm very patient, but I think I am very patient. But there are like, it's more like to do not being discouraged. So but then it's easy because then I stay true to myself, but just being patient more than everything, because it's very easy to then go in a way and trying to please or to fit in a time of the life of of a journey. But then it's like, no, my identity, my integrity are so much more important than anything else.
Patience is really very important in life, I believe.
Very, very
Exactly,
important.
especially when you're a fashion designer.
Yes.
When you take the process, the designing process, production process,
Yes.
as
Yes.
you mentioned, working with the team.
Yes.
You
So
definitely
much
need lots of patience.
Lots of patience.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like I've learned so many things by doing them. And at the beginning, I wasn't good at all at like delegating, and because it's your baby. And also, I've learned that you don't know. Really, having a brand is like having a child. I don't have children yet, but you don't know if your son or daughter decides to go to do what you wanted to do. So maybe he's gonna want to go be a ballerina or like a lawyer. So you need to be able to listen to your brand, and I've been lucky because when I did that, I understood early that that's how I had to build my brand. I didn't know that my brand would have started thanks to a pair of trousers. I've always been designing dresses. And then all of a sudden, these trousers, everyone wants them. The Matisse trousers, which are still in the collection.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I have a couple of them.
So for me, it's like, okay, I do all these incredible dresses that apparently they're not interested right now. But these trousers, okay, let's listen to that and let's follow that. And eventually, there's going to be the time where I can do dresses, which is actually finally happening now, which I'm very excited about. It took me years before, since the trousers, then I built staples, and I focus more on knitwear. So it's really like listening to what your brand is saying. So being very open-minded to what things are telling you as well.
So Violante, where do you find creative inspiration in life?
My creative inspiration comes from thinking of what I need and I want at the same time. So every time I'm like, I don't buy clothes, obviously, since I started my brand. And that has been an important thing that I committed doing. And also because I felt like I was cheating on my brand if I ever thought and that I use it as an exercise of like, okay, in this moment, I would so love to have a dress that makes me feel that way. So I wasn't just like wanted something, I needed a dress to go to that specific occasion. And that also got inspired by, people that were around me. And when I was very young and I was like trying to find the purpose of what I was doing, because I started with a passion, but it doesn't mean that you have a purpose as well. And that I found it like along my ride. And thank God it happened pretty early when I was in New York. And after reading an article of a journalist, Kathy Horan, talking about the post-trend universe. And that has been a huge part of my creative inspiration, because she was saying there is no need of doing anything new. Everything has already been done. So the most important and honest thing that you can do when you build a brand is to stay true to yourself. So for me, I never been an avid reader of like Vogue magazines and stuff. I've always been inside my head and my world. So for me, actually, to be completely honest, my biggest inspiration is a blank page. Is when all the things that I absorb so much. So everything that comes to me, then when I have a blank page, I have clarity, so I can put it in there, without any influence or inspiration, just like what is stayed in me after all this time. And that's also the way I design. I just design, I just hide away. I don't even reply to my phone and everything. I just deep dive in my creative moment. And that's my happy place.
Which part of design process do you enjoy most?
I enjoy the most the moment I just sit down and with this blank page of mine and I just pour it out. Like, I let my, more than emotions, I let my dreams run and I just go back with my head in the little room where I was sketching my comics, in Casalecchio di Reno, Sasso Marconi, these not fancy places at all where I grew up, but where I felt like so me and like there were no influences. So those are my happy moment. And then the other moment is when I see women happy and I see them wearing my clothes and I don't know them. And I have so many different moments, but more than everything in terms of creative process is when I design, and then with my team in Italy, in my atelier, we see things coming out and we were all happy, and we get along so well, and it's nice to see things coming out to life.
Yeah, I'm sure the beginning and then seeing the end of it should be magical.
I put so much thought in when I design, because I want to give, and I love to give as many tools and details and references to my team. But sometimes I don't do it on purpose, because I'm like, first I have no idea how can like a cup stay in a certain way that is from a sketch, but also, and I gotta let them figure it out because they're great. But also, like, I want pieces to follow their nature. And there are needs, for example, that I designed it in a way, and it came out in a way that wasn't like what I thought in my head, but actually came out better. So you never know. It's just like always just going along and being fluid with your thought.
What keeps you motivated on difficult days?
On difficult days, I'm not someone that is good with motivation. I thrive with structure. My structure keeps me focused. It's not I don't need to tell anything to myself, because my brain is constantly trying to tell me things that are, our brains are constantly telling us things that are like, to make us put us in difficult positions. And I rely on the discipline that I have. So for me is sticking to my plan and being disciplined. I'm someone extremely disciplined. Like, and also you tell me to do something, I'm so happy, because I take decisions for myself every second of my life, for my team, for my brand, for everything. And then the moment someone tells me what to do something, I'm so happy. You know, it's just like so liberating. So for me, structure is my everything. So going back to having a routine, I never had a routine when I was young, the way I grew up. So for me, it's like, I need structure. And then I can be creative, because, you know, like, and also I need deadlines. If you tell me for when you need something, I'll do it. And I'm someone that replies right away normally at everything. I'm very...
you seem consistent.
Yes,
as well.
I'm a machine. I love to be
naturally motivated.
I'm naturally motivated.
Naturally motivated.
Exactly.
Person.
It's really about in difficult times, I just like keep on going, and rejection is just part of it. And I've still sent emails and nobody replies. Obviously, it happens. Still, obviously. So, and for me, it's like, whatever. And also I saw something on Instagram from an entrepreneur that was super nice and inspiring. He has been asked, what do you do when someone rejects you? And he said, I send them flowers and I tell them I'm so sorry for your loss. And that's how it should be.
I love this.
Yeah, and
it's so good.
It should be like that.
It's a part of the journey.
It's part of the journey.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me as well.
Zero.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct. Especially when you do something for yourself. Also, it's the most frightening thing for other people. They like, why you do need to... Everyone's for comfort and stuff. And same for your brain. Why you need to work out? I'm so comfortable here. So it's a constantly like... and it means you're doing something right. When someone when someone rejects me, it means like I have such a strong point of view, because I distinguish now opinions and points of view. When someone has never done anything, obviously they're going to be the first ones to tell you how you should be doing something or not. When someone has done something, she's went through that. So she's happy to support you and gives you, okay, in my case, this is my point of view, I did that. So maybe it could work for you, who knows? But at least you have something that is like, it comes from somewhere safe. And also, these I applied also in general in fashion. There are so many opinions of the same trend, of the same thing. But having a strong point of view and just like sticking to what I do, being brave to be boring, it's not for everyone. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Violante, and thank you for inspiring us today.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.